viewer, welcome to our Glory Globe TV as a breaking news. In January 1899, the American gunboat USS Wilmington set out on an expedition to Venezuela, steaming up the Orinoco River towards the country's interior. On board was an American diplomat, Francis Loomis, the US envoy to Venezuela. So the mission was to show the flag, explore commercial opportunities, including routes to supply gold mining operations and display a little firepower. An article in Naval History described how Loomis liked to demonstrate the ship's cold machine guns to local officials. This gun. This gun firing some 500 shots a minute, didn't I? Produced a vivid impressions here. Loomis wrote in a report, I made a point of having this gun fired anytime there were any army official on board. Gunboat diplomacy has become a convenient shorthand for US President Donald Trump's coercive foreign policy backed up by the threat of military force, buoyed by the successful raid to capture Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro. Trump is now pushing aggressively for ownership of Greenland and signaling that the US will not be constrained as a global power. Trump's words and actions now have observers reaching for the history books. The events of the past weeks tried and stirred memories of long forgotten chapters of US imperialism, from gunboat diplomacy and banana wars to full scale colonial rule. So that have left Washington's traditional allies wondering if the world is returning to an era of great powers and vassal states. Gunboat diplomacy was not limited to the Western Hemisphere. After World War I, the US Navy operated the Yangtze Patrol, a flotilla of gunboats that protected American interests, including missionaries and oil companies. Inside China, during a lengthy period of warlordism and instability, so those patrol boats also had a place in the American popular imagination, in part due to film released in 1966, The Sand Pebbles, a Hollywood epic starring Steve McQueen as an enlisted sailor aboard the fictional USS San Pablo. We have this exclusive report.